All right, good Sunday afternoon, everyone. We have a major, basically historic, possibly historic blizzard that's going to be happening across the I-95 corridor over the northeastern parts of the United States. So we are live right now. Like I said, as the major blizzard is just now getting underway, and this low pressure is intensifying, and models are been a little bit too far east with this as well. They're 50 to 100 miles too far east with the developing low. So this is going to have major impacts across this area. So this storm is just now getting underway, and it's far from finished. Power outages are becoming increasingly likely from possibly around New Jersey up to New York, up to Connecticut, Boston, Rhode Island, Long Island, out over towards the Cape, as well as wind gusts could exceed 60 to 70, possibly 80 plus mile per hour, which is hurricane force winds in some coastal locations. So this is a combination of very heavy snow, extreme wind is a serious concern, widespread power outages, dangerous drifting, whiteout conditions, structural stress along the coastlines as well. And this is going to be a very heavy, wet snow as well. So it's going to stick to everything. So that's going to put more weight on trees, more weight on power lines. We'll go over all that in just a second as well. So also major coastal flooding during high tide cycles as well. And this is still a significant amount of snow yet still to fall. It's still just getting going. So what you see on your screen here now is Atlantic City. It's a boardwalk here, and snow is getting going now, and it has been coming down pretty good over the past hour or so. It is, like I said, it's sticking along the boardwalk here, and they're expecting almost 2 feet of snow before this is said and done. All right, so if you're just now joining us, click that, smash that like button, comment where you're watching from. Make sure you're following us over on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook for nonstop updates as this crazy blizzard unfolds. All right, let's start out with the latest warnings, blizzard warnings here in the red, all the way through western or eastern parts of Maryland, all of Delaware, all of New Jersey. This is including Philadelphia now in regards to the blizzard warning. All of Philadelphia is under a blizzard warning now. And up here towards Trenton, New York City, of course, all of Long Island, up towards White Plains, up to Hartford, Providence, Rhode Island, all the way towards the Cape, Boston, as well, and even inland, far inland. And now blizzard warnings, including parts of Maine now up to Portland, Maine as well. So, and then winter storm warnings back here towards Augusta, Albany, New York, back here towards Harrisburg, Baltimore, Washington, D.C. under winter weather advisory as of right now. So that's still being monitored right now. So here's the latest. Like I said, this is the latest blizzard warnings on major catastrophic blizzard that could be happening through parts of Delaware, through New Jersey, all the way up the I-95 corridor from New York to Boston. So very dangerous situation that's going to unfold. All right, here is the latest radar as well. Like I said, this storm is just now getting going, and this low pressure is a lot further west than what the models have been showing. The models have been showing the developing low more likely out here, but this is where it's developing and going to be moving northeast. This is going to be strengthening very rapidly over the next 6 to 12 hours. Right now, it's at 100 millibar or 1,000 millibar low, but it's going to deepen very rapidly, probably drop 30 to 35 millibars in the next 12 to 24 hours. You can see there's an inverted trough that's developing too up here through Pennsylvania into New York, and that's what's going to help drive this thing northeast along the coast, and then finally get it out, start moving northeast as it gets up here towards just off the coast of New Jersey here, and then start rocketing up to the northeast. But it's going to be a very dangerous situation as we go through the rest of today and into tomorrow as well. I know New York City, they're having a travel ban, I believe, starting at 6 o'clock tonight. Nobody's allowed on the roads except for emergency vehicles. And, of course, the bridges going into the city, everything's going to be shut down. So get what you need to get done pretty quickly because, like I said, all the snow is already falling. And you saw on that camera I showed you from Atlantic City, big snowflakes coming down there, and that's just the start of everything that's coming. So, like I said, this low is tracking further west than what some of the models are showing. So this thing's going to deepen rapidly over the next 12 to 24 hours, or actually next 12 to 18 hours. So the winds are going to be really picking up, and snowfall rates could exceed 2 to 3 inches an hour, maybe even as high as 4 inches an hour along the coast. So very dangerous situation going to be unfolding. All right, let's talk about power outages. And I actually forgot to put what the red meant, but the yellow, basically Washington, D.C. up to Scranton, Albany, just north and northeast or northwest of Portland, Maine. Power outages are possible. Get to the orange here. We're talking just north, basically northeast of Washington, Philadelphia, northwest of New York, Hartford, west of Boston, up to Portland. Power outages are likely. Then as you get towards the coast, they're red. We could have widespread power outages through New Jersey, into parts of Maryland, into Delaware as well, over towards Long Island, over towards Boston, towards the Cape as well. So widespread power outages could be possible. All right, let's take a look at the peak wind gusts. Washington, D.C. could be 40, 50 mile per hour winds up here at the max wind gusts, that is. Philadelphia, 50 to 60 mile per hour winds. Same with New York. You get out towards Long Island, talking 70 to 80 mile per hour winds. Nantucket, 80 to 90 mile per hour winds. Even in Boston, 60 to 70 mile per hour gusts with this heavy snow falling over the next 24 hours or so. Now, again, the snowfall here. Snowfall still to come across this area as we get into the purples here, especially dark purples. We're talking 18 to 24 inches, basically of Delaware up to parts of New Jersey, into New York City, Long Island, up towards Hartford, parts west of Boston, and up here towards Vermont and New Hampshire as well. As you get closer to the coast, especially right around Atlantic City, could be 2 to 3 feet of snow. The possibility is there across the Jersey Shore here, close to New York. Possibly could be closer to right around 20 to 24 inches of snow in New York. Up here towards Boston, could be upwards of 2 to 3 feet of snow before this is all said and done. All right, just to go pinpoint a few locations, this is what the National Weather Service is saying. So, blizzard warning remains in effect till 6 o'clock on Monday, 6 p.m. on Monday. Of course, blizzard conditions, additional snow accumulation between 17 and 24 inches. That's 2 feet of snow. Winds gusting as high as 60 miles per hour. This is in New York City. Visibilities may drop below a quarter mile due to the falling and blowing snow. Whiteout conditions are expected and will make travel treacherous and potentially life-threatening across this area. We get up here towards, let's go to Boston to see what Boston's saying. Blizzard warning starts at 4 o'clock this afternoon, goes until 7 a.m. Tuesday now. They're saying blizzard conditions, of course. Total snow accumulations of 18 to 25 inches. Winds gusting as high as 75 miles per hour, which is hurricane force wind gusts across that area. That's why we think power outages could be very widespread across that area. We'll go into Philadelphia as they're in a blizzard warning now as well, effective until 6 p.m. on Monday. This is for Philadelphia. They're saying total snow accumulations between 14 and 20 inches in Philadelphia as well. So batten down the hatches. We go down here to Atlantic City. Blizzard warning until 6 o'clock on Monday. Additional snow accumulations of 15 to 22 inches. Could be as high as 2 to 3 feet in a few areas in this blizzard warning, all the way up towards Maine as well. So just to recap, major coastal flooding is possible, like I said, along the coast. There'll be some, especially at high tide cycles, could be some major coastal flooding. Power outages are likely, even possibly widespread due to hurricane-force wind gusts. And this blizzard warning goes from basically now until late tomorrow, Monday. And as you get up here towards Boston, up here towards Maine, it goes into Tuesday even. So it's going to be a far-reaching effect, especially with travel, as there's been, I think, over 7,000 to 8,000 cancellations. And that's going to have a ripple effect across the country in the next few days. All right, looking back on the boardwalk of Atlantic City in New Jersey, you can see some pretty heavy snow coming down now as it's accumulating pretty rapidly across this area. And the conditions, this is nothing compared to what's going to happen over the next 12 hours here. So curious what it's going to look like here as we go into this evening. We may not be able to see across the boardwalk there to that bar and grill that's right across the boardwalk there. So be curious to see how bad it gets here. Everybody just needs to rush to completion their plans and just basically hunker down. This is, like I said, this is the first blizzard warning that New York City has had in over 10 years. And it's going to be a very historic storm that people are going to be talking about years to come. So thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll have all the latest over on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook as the conditions warrant. But thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe out there and try to enjoy the rest of your day.